What is the best feeling in the world? Being in a soft warm bed when you're tired and don't have to get up tomorrow until the homie Awana comes in or the homie Awana wakes up. Edit. Dang 3400 upvotes. Thank you. Edit 2 silvers and 6400 dang. Thanks. Waking up feeling actually refreshed. Edit. Holy crap THX for my first gold ever. Weird thing is that I woke up at 4 AM, checked the weather report for the snowstorm we are having, texted my boss I'm not going in, and fell back asleep. Now I'm waking up 5 hours later actually refreshed. Hahaha, this is weird. I hope I'll get to experience that one day. I've only heard of this in legends of old. Taking a piss you've been holding for far too long. That kind of piss that makes your whole body shake involuntarily. Piss shivers. When you hug someone, then start to let go, and they hold on just a split second longer than you do. And you're like, get it off. Get it off. I mean no. It's nice. Found a non-hugger. We will hug you, Jim. Waking up and thinking you have to work, and then realizing it's your day off. Even better when it's a 3-day holiday weekend and your alarm goes off, because you had it set for the weekdays. It's always a slight panic, but the relief is worth it when you get to dive back under your weighted blanket. Ugh, pinpoint accuracy lol. Finally getting that piece of food out from between your teeth. Finally getting out the water that got in your ears. Oh my god, yes. I feel like that's such an underrated feeling though. When I was a kid I got some water in my ear, and as I'm going to bed I accidentally hit my head on the bedpost. All the water came rushing out, and to this day I consider banging my head in something to get water out, just to experience that feeling again. Getting into a bed with clean sheets after take a shower. Add shaved legs with that, and it's a beautiful trifecta. Oh yeah. Slip in those sheets like a dolphin gliding through the ocean. When somebody throws something at you with no warning and you catch it on reflex in one hand like you're some superhuman. Then people stare at you, and the virgin that was watching suddenly becomes pregnant. Then they say holy crap, do that again. Nope, you've witnessed too much greatness for one day, go on now. Someone rubbing your back, or the little hand squeezes someone gives you. Partner surprised me with a back rub in the shower the other night. Was very nice and much needed. I often rub his feet for him, especially after he's been working all day on his feet. He really appreciates it. I struggle to watch TV etc without my hands doing something, so rubbing his feet is beneficial for both of us. While watching TV he'll often shove his hand my way, to feel for something of me to touch. Not sexual, he just likes to touch/hold me. When he finds me, usually my hand or foot, he squeezes a little bit, and has a giant grin on his face. Canceling plans on something you really didn't want to do. Yeah, sucks for the kids waiting at preschool, but it's a great feeling. Hey, sorry, wanted to touch base and just let you know I'm probably just gonna stay in tonight. Why, you ask? 'Cause I'm an adult with few responsibilities and I can do whatever the fuck I want with little repercussion. When you're laying bed and one nostril is kind of plugged, so you roll to your side so that nostril is on top. Then gravity does its work, and just for a split second, everything clears out as it drips down, and you can breathe amazingly and fall asleep. I can only breathe amazingly for like 30 seconds. I usually just toss and turn for 3 hours fighting the inevitable. Humans by default always have one nostril that is more open than the other one, as in they switch randomly. Learning something mind-blowing, especially if it's within a topic you've spent a lot of time thinking about. To expand on this one, to explain this difficult thing to someone else and see their face light up when they also understand it. I worked as an automotive service advisor for several years. This was the feeling that drove me every single day. I loved the look of epiphany. Someone else massaging your scalp with just a teeny tiny bit of fingernails. Portuguese has a specific word for this, cafene. Ah, I see you're a man of culture as well, meu mano. Making someone laugh. This. I have severe depression and self-hatred, and I'm in a funk pretty much every minute of every day. But when I make someone laugh, it's like a drug. When I watch a great stand-up special, funny podcast, or an interview on a late night show with one of my favorite comedians, I feel good. But making people laugh, there's just nothing like it. I was watching a documentary on Chris Farley, and a few of the people were talking about how, if he wasn't making people laugh, he felt absolutely useless. That resonated with me so much. Edit. Wow. I wasn't expecting this to get so much attention. Thanks for the gold and silver, kind strangers. I actually have been working on about an hour set full of some one-liners and a couple of stories which I can break down into 8 to 15 minute sets for open mix and things like that. Maybe even have the hour set if I ever get a special pipe dream. Stepping on a crunchy leaf. The worst would be stepping on a leaf you expect to be crunchy, but it is not. The worst would be stepping on a leaf you expect to be crunchy, but it turns out TKB covering some dog poo. The worst would be when you look down expecting it to be dog poo, but it has a piece of toilet paper stuck to it, and there's bits of sweet corn showing. Source: worked in a country park that backed onto a notorious lady on the A45. Some people would jump the tiny fence and pop a squat. Curled up in bed and hearing the sound of pouring rain on the roof outside. The sound of rain hitting the windows while safe in bed is so calming to me. Taking a shit can be very relieving. Taking a good shit, you know, the one where you feel the relief even an hour after the deed was done. The kind of shit that calls for a poop knife because it's so healthy and you didn't need to pinch anything off. OMG, it's emotional. I've previously found myself daydreaming about a morning shit at like 2 PM because no other shit will compare for the rest of the day. Inexplicable relief. Shit life. Quenching thirst. Can I add on to this that I'm thirst with that cool water on the bedside table? Sneezing is technically the closest thing to an orgasm one can experience non-sexually. It has to do with the anticipation and build up before the sweet release the sneeze brings. Let 'em rip. I have friends that hold them in, and I'll never understand it. It feels like your head grows every time you hold a sneeze in. That's actually quite dangerous. It causes nosebleeds, and if you've done it all your life, it can lead to breathing problems. Getting into bed after a really long, exhausting day. I can still vividly remember one night over 30 years ago when I got into a newly made bed after a really hard day at work and just lying there thinking, waking up so sure that it's already time to get up, but you actually have an hour or more to sleep. This is the best. I woke up the other day and waited for my alarm to go off. After 10 to 15 minutes of no alarm, I checked the time, and it was 4:45 am. I didn't need to be up until 8 am, so it was like a whole new sleep. Sleeping. If that doesn't count, then code that runs the first time without issues. If that doesn't count, then code that runs the first time without issues. Oh, I didn't realize we were allowed to make stuff up. A man can dream. Hot shower, lights off, Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom, drinking an ice cold craft beer, and peeing all at the same time. This sounds a lot like my brother. You bro knows how to chill you. Another beer cracks open in the darkness. I like cuddling with my girl and my face buried in her chest with the faint smell of perfume and her nails lightly scratching my head as I'm falling asleep. I typically knock out within like 10 minutes. That must be nice, he cries in alone.